All right, welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to look at the accent strum. Now, what we're going to do with our strumming hand is we're going to isolate the bass note. And you may have already seen other rhythm patterns where we're doing that. The reason why it's called an accent, and sometimes you'll see that in the different patterns as well, we just haven't really talked about what an accent is. What we're doing there is we're just saying that we're accentuating a certain beat. So because we're playing the bass note first, we're not playing all the strings, so it's not as punchy. We are really punching that second beat, and we're accenting that second beat. So for beat number 1, we're hitting the bass string, and then we're hitting the full set of strings on beat number 2. So we're really accenting the second beat. All right, so this one is just all about your right hand, well, not necessarily right hand if you're left-handed, your strumming hand technique. So it's hitting the bass string and then strumming the rest of the beats. So bass string on beat number 1, strumming on the rest of the beat. So all we're going to do is we're going to just play one chord for now. We'll stick with the G chord. And then we can look at the chord progression later. So on the G chord, the bass note is the 3rd fret of the 6th string. So just like that. And then we're going to strum down on beat number 2. Strum all 6 strings. And then 3 and 4 and. So really accenting that second beat. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we'll do it a little bit slower right now, and then we'll speed it up, and then we'll add some different chords in there. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4. If you're not quite comfortable yet playing chords or doing chord changes, which we're going to look at in a minute, then just mute the strings and just go like this. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1. And you're still hitting that second beat a little harder. 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. All right, now let's look at the chords I was doing at the beginning of the video. I was going from the G to the C. Now the C, we got to find out where that bass note is. So it's always going to be the lowest bass note in the chord that we're playing. So with the C chord, we're not going to be playing the 6th string. If you're looking at the chord diagram for the C chord, you'll see an X marked at the 6th string. That means we're not going to play it. So we're going to play the 3rd fret of the 5th string. And then the E minor chord is next. We get to play all 6 strings for the E minor. It's a great chord, easy to play. But we're going to play the 6th string open. That's going to be our bass note. And then the D chord is next. We're going to play the open 4th string. So the open D string is going to be our bass note. That means we've got to skip over the E string and the A string, or the 6th string and the 5th string. Sometimes when I'm not playing the 6th string or 5th string, I like to mute them some way depending on what chord I'm playing. Like if I'm playing the C chord, sometimes I'll mute it by just having my thumb just kind of reach over just a little bit, just leaning up against the string, because once you do that, it mutes the string. So sometimes I'll do that with the C chord. I'll use my thumb to mute that 6th string, just so that I can still strum it and I don't have to worry about hitting that 6th string. All right, so here's the pattern. To E minor, to D, back to G, C, E minor, D. Play that through a couple times. C, E minor, D, G, C, E minor to D. 2, 3, and 4, and... All right, now let's try it a little bit faster. We're gonna go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember to really accent that second beat. Go even faster if you want. Keep on speeding it up. All right, this one's a lot of fun. Enjoy, kind of working on playing the different bass notes. And again, if you're not too comfortable playing too many of these chords, just stick with one chord. We're really trying to focus on your strumming hand with this. But I know how fun it is to use different chords when you're playing something so it actually sounds like a song. But you really, really want to focus on the strumming hand. And then once you get those chords in, it is a whole lot more fun. We just don't want to do too much so that it becomes frustrating or overwhelming because your fretting hand's trying to keep up with your strumming hand. And so just start with your strumming hand, and then if you can fit your fretting hand in there to start doing some of those changes, it just makes it a whole lot more fun. All right, enjoy that, work on that, and I'll see you in another lesson very soon.